I'm going to continue reading from my notes from Barbara's seminar. Let's get into it. Okay, so we talked about microorganisms yesterday, and this is just a little bit of a follow-up. Excuse me. She said, what puts fires out? Water. Need to drink water. And back to the microorganisms. She says, just practice good hygiene. Be clean. Wash your body every day. Keep your house clean. She uses vinegar and baking soda for pretty much everything. That's her only things she cleans with. So nutrition. We cannot heal without good nutrition. She offered a book. It's called Nourishing Traditions. I believe it has recipes in it. And so we're moving on here. She has rinse your beans. Sometimes she just throw things out. So when you use legumes, beans of any kind, you should rinse them multiple times because they are very dirty, even organic. She said, germs do not cause disease. They are the result. And that is from a Dr. Bechamp, Becamp, but I know that's not how you say it. We need to weed it, water it, and feed it. You'll be amazed. She's talking in regards to her body. Weed out the bad habits, feed it good nutritional food and water, and you'll be amazed what the body will do. Plants have one purpose, to give. They will knock on the door to ask if they can come in and help support your body. They are not like a pharmaceutical drug, which just bursts in and just kind of takes over. So that was interesting. She says antibiotics, the definition of that word is actually against life. The problem is the overuse and the inability to find out why. Why? Remember, that was always written on the board. And then she talked a little bit about cancer and fungus. She said if you have a cancer or yeast infection of any kind, don't be drinking the mushroom coffees or taking any kind of mushroom supplement. When someone comes to one of her retreats and they have cancer, she takes them off of all sugars for 6 weeks, including honeys and maple syrup. 0 sugar for 6 weeks. She doesn't even give them fruit. We need to kill that cancer. I'll go back to that in a second. She said drugs are like robots. They kill good and bad. They just go in. Remember I said the herbs, they knock. Can I come in? Can I offer some support? If it's needed. If not, they're like, okay, I won't bother you. Find out why. Cow's milk, one of the main reasons for allergies and asthma. She also said milk is only for babies. It's not meant for anyone other than babies. Drugs are never the cure. Your doctors are your advisors, your doctors and such. You employ them. Candida and yeast is in every cancer. Fungus is in every cancer. How to get the fungus out? You've got to starve it. You've got to stop feeding it sugar of any kind. Not only the refined sugars, but all sugars, including the sugars in fruit, for at least 6 months. And that's because they feed the yeast and the fungus. She said, look into mold. You may have mold into your house. You may have mold in your house if you've got cancer. So let's see here. Herbs that can kill cancer cells: garlic, olive leaf, grapefruit seed extract. She says we need to alkalize the body, diet. I'm trying to read my own writing. After you get through those 6-week period, then you can do the fruits. Of course, you can always do the vegetables. Green drinks, they alkalize the tissues, which is really important. She talked a little bit about baking soda. She doesn't suggest ingesting it. She does like a baking soda wrap. There is a blog on my website that talks about that. Let's see. To look to see if we maybe have a fungus or a yeast problem, we can look at our tongue. Remember, learn to read your body. Your tongue should be pink from back to front. Our body can self-heal and balance. Again, here she says milk, food for babies. She said, I am weaned, and we all chuckled. We are weaned as adults. We do not need it. Somebody asked about spirulina, and she said she's concerned about it because it comes from the sea. The plants take them up because toxins sink. So, in other words, the toxins that are floating all through the sea sink to the bottom, and then that spirulina, which is algae, I believe, she's just not sure about that. She does not suggest eating any type of fish, especially the larger the fish, the more mercury, especially, they're going to be carrying in their tissues. She says at this point, like, none of us should be eating fish. That was the end of session 1. Session 2, she has a couple books here, Caffeine Blues, Coming Off the Bean. That's to help get away from caffeine and coffee. And there's some coffee alternatives. It's Aroma, R-O-M-A. It's made out of chicory and roasted grains. And there's another one called Dandy Blend. I'm using those right now. And then she went into COVID, and she talked a little bit about the vaccine. I'll go into this briefly. She said people are getting and don't let this scare you. I'm going to empower you with some information you can do. So if you got the jab, especially if you've got multiple ones, non-nanoparticle clots, use cayenne pepper. It's part of the bell pepper family. She also says zinc comes from pumpkin seeds, sesame seeds. Dandelion, any part. It inhibits the mRNA from reproducing the spike protein. Really important. And she says white pine needles. Take for the rest of your life, especially if you got more than one of those. I'm just laying the facts out for you, going through my notes. So those are some things you can do. Zinc, dandelion, white pine needle. The white pine needle and the dandelion you could use in teas. You could, of course, eat the pumpkin seeds or the sesame seeds. You could take a zinc supplement. We live in an incredible body, and that's what she's saying. We can overcome anything, including that jab. And she does say this too. When you put a needle in your body, it bypasses your body's healing abilities. There's a note down here. She does a green drink, and she uses wheatgrass in that. We go on just a little bit further here. And then we're going to talk, this is session 2, how to give the body the right conditions for healing. And she briefly said, this is in regards to the COVID and the pandemic. She said, so many saw through it like glass. We are the ones that want to test it and prove it. Remember that why. Ask why. It's your body. Don't defile your body out of fear. Learn why. Test it, prove it. How much time I have here. Our liver is one of the ways the body heals. It is a recoverable organ. Isn't that good to know? It's the project manager of our body. It restores our body. Blood is the river of life. And I have immune system. White blood cells are established from the gut flora. Did you know that? Oh, and I have here, maple syrup is Barbara's favorite sweetener. That's mine too. A lot of high carb eaters are high carb eaters out of convenience. And I know that's me. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. And I'm going to continue to read these and share from my notes. These are raw, and maybe I stammer on my words sometimes, but ask for clarification and I will do my best to give you clarification. So we're all on this journey together. We're going to heal. We are going to find new ways to bring health to our body and to our mind. Chat later.